Hi, we'll do a little story time. My name's Michelle, and this is my dog Miles. I am from Georgia, right outside of Savannah, a little town. Georgia is the peach state. Everything here is peach. Peach ice cream, peach pie, peach everything. These are my doggies, Max and Miles. And yes, that is really one blue eye. You can see they're my traveling buddies. Max is no longer with me. He passed away last summer. I still have Miles, and we go everywhere together. It's just me and him now, and he's my world. He's 13 years old. This is my childhood van. When I was little, I lived in Europe for almost 10 years. We traveled everywhere. In 2019, I took a road trip for 8 days, and it was the best 8 days of my life, and I did it in a convertible Mustang. I drove from Savannah all the way to Los Angeles, and did it in record timing. We had a blast. We made some little pit stops along the way. Me and my friend, she had to meet her sister in Seattle, and they were taking a cruise, and then I flew home. We stopped at the Grand Canyon, and that was amazing. That was our little pit stop. I can't even describe to you how beautiful that is. Nevada is a beautiful state. From Nevada, we just went over to the Hoover Dam also, and Lake Mead, and that was absolutely beautiful too. All of this power lines that you see, I guess it keeps Las Vegas happening. This is just some more of the Hoover Dam. I thought I took a good picture. It was so nice, the water hitting the part of the Hoover Dam. Everything looked so golden. From the Hoover Dam, then we went over to Vegas. I won $50 at the Flamingo slot machines. We stayed in the Bellagio. We just stayed one night. You got to see Vegas. The neon at nighttime is just something to see. And the ride from Vegas to Los Angeles across the desert is wild. We ended up in Ventura, took a ride on Ventura, and all the Winnebagos and minivans all lined up, and no parking signs. They don't mind if you just pull over and park. And of course, we went to Santa Monica, the famous Santa Monica Pier with the Ferris wheel. And this is just so Santa Monica, where Baywatch was filmed. Again, the Santa Monica Pier. Those are some further north. We pulled over and saw some seals in the water. This is Morro Bay, where the famous rock in the middle of the water is. This is Big Sur. That is the iconic bridge. That is ginormous. And that is a view from the other side of Big Sur. Now we are going towards the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. That is spectacular. That is big. You just don't realize until you're there. And the lighthouse, there's just such nice little scenic drives on the Pacific Coast Highway. Every time you're driving, one picture is better than the next. You turn the corner and you got to take another picture. Each one is like a postcard. That looks like Hawaii, but it is California, and it is just beautiful right off the Pacific Coast Highway. And I just love it. There's no neon signs. There's no big giant hotels. This is a little town inland in California, and the wooden architecture. We don't have that. We have mostly bricks down here where I live. But these older wooden ones they've been maintained, and this is a Wells Fargo I thought was so cool to look like old-timey 1800s. Now we're up towards the big giant redwoods. That is something to see. These trees of mystery in Klamath, California, is where some of Jurassic Park was filmed. That's the Paul Runyon, and it is just a little tourist attraction, and you take a little tour of all the trees and a little these trees just go up and up and up, and it's broad daylight, and it looks so dark in there because the trees are so big. Some of them are 300 feet. If you look closely, this will tell you how you're able to determine how old the trees are by the rings. This is where we drove the Mustang through the tree. That was really neat. And still we saw trees that were bigger than this one. And stop. And then from there, we just continued up the Pacific Coast Highway. We went to Seattle. And there is the steeple. And then that public market is absolutely neat. Oh, anything and everything is down there. And that's just a view of downtown Seattle. We were at a restaurant and we just stepped outside and started taking some pictures. But this is how this is how I got my van for my VANniversary. I used to have a Fiat 500, and when I came back from California, I traded my Fiat 500 and I got my van. I knew I was going to go back to California, and we all know what happened in 2020. Dear old COVID came and I never went, so it's on my list of things to do. So stay tuned, and hopefully you'll see me soon. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great rest of the day, and thank you again for watching.